Hey everyone, PokeMarketLab here with a quick update. We have a press release from Pokemon International talking about Prismatic Evolutions reprints here, trying to kind of quelch any market issues here, any market sentiment surrounding the product as we go into release day this Friday. So I'm going to read the statement real quick here. It says, "We are aware that some fans may experience difficulties purchasing certain Pokemon trading card game Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolutions products at launch due to high demand impacting availability. We understand this inconvenience can be disappointing for fans, and we are actively working to print more of the impacted Pokemon TCG products as quickly as possible and at maximum capacity to acknowledge this. Reprinted products are expected to be available at participating retailers as soon as possible to help ensure more fans receive opportunities to access Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolutions. In addition, more new products from the Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolutions lineup will be launching in the coming months. We'd like to thank the community for their continued support and patience as we work to deliver this highly anticipated expansion to fans." Wow. So if you don't know, this is not a common practice here for the Pokemon Company to do. They must have felt like they had to kind of speak to the secondary market, which is kind of what they're doing here, to say, hey, we got more products coming. What they don't talk about here is when that is. My guess is if we were talking a few weeks away here, they'd probably throw a date out there, but they probably don't have a date. So they probably have an order in with their printers at this point, but it's likely to be a couple months out. Yes, they do have other products coming, but that's like the surprise box, the binder collection, things we already know about. So there are more packs coming to market, but that's probably not going to be enough to quelch any kind of demand or subdue any kind of demand in the short term. So is this going to affect anything on release day? Yeah, we don't really know. I'm going to guess maybe a little bit. It might take some folks, it might cause them to kind of just keep their money aside and wait. But if we're talking a couple months to get more product to market, at that point we're on to the next step. We're on to Journey Together. The market's already shifted. That could mean that that's a great entry point at that point. If the reprint is fairly heavy, which my guess is it would be heavier than normal. If the focus is elsewhere, it might mean a little bit of a drop for the pricing here for this product. And we don't know what type of product it's going to be. Are they going to go back to ETBs and reprint those? Are they going to touch Pokemon Center ETBs? We saw that recently. Are they going to do it like they've been doing recently, where they just print booster bundles and other products and they leave those ETBs alone and kind of keep that as the primary product, especially for a specialty set like this that does not have booster boxes? We saw them do that with 151. We kind of saw them do that towards the end of the life cycle on Crown Zenith. We don't know. Suffice to say, Friday is going to be interesting when this set releases. On TCG Player, we're in pre-sale mode right now, which means only physical LGS locations, so that's big LGS stores that are known to have a physical location, can sell on TCG Player. That's like an advantage to them. On Friday, anyone can sell on TCG Player, so that means quite a bit more product coming to market. So that means a lot of the big, online retailers like Game Nerds, Smoke and Mirror, anyone else who has other Prismatic products can list it for sale on TCG Player, and that's probably a bulk of the product. So that could, again, with this press release, with knowing that going into Friday, that could mean a pullback in price. But again, pricing, supply and demand is dynamic, especially the demand side. If everyone's like, hey, I'm not willing to pay 300% MSRP for this product, I'm going to wait. If they see a price regression, anything under 150, especially if it gets close to 100, that means more demand is going to come into market. That's going to change things, right? So just because a price drop happens, that doesn't mean it sits there. It means more demand, especially for a product like this that people want. It's in high demand, not just because it's an inexpensive product. This isn't one of those situations where it's a product that's going up in price and because, just of scalpers or just of investors. Look at the cards of the set. It is a beautiful, fantastic set. It's going to be in demand. It's going to be one for the history books, regardless of what happens with the price. It's going to be in demand, regardless of the price. So if we see any price trend downward, people are going to jump back in to pick a product. We don't know what's going to happen with the Pokemon Center ETBs. My guess is those are going to remain high. Same thing with those on Friday. It's a lot of individual sellers like you and me, people who can just randomly start up a TCG store here, a TCG Player store, can sell online on Friday. So we don't know what's going to happen with it. The majority of the volume for Pokemon Center ETBs will hit on Friday, and it's downward from there. So there's no more allocations of that again, unless they do some kind of reprint or something. then that's what you see is what you get. You can stalk Pokemon Center website on Friday for product for Pokemon Center for the Pokemon Center ETBs. It is possible everyone's going to be doing that. So again, very interesting release here. Not common. This is pretty large news, and it's a sign of the market, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens Friday. And what's really going to be interesting as we get closer to Journey Together, we start seeing previews there. Does this continue? Is the market we're in now, is it as hot as it is because of Prismatic? And I think it's definitely adding some significant fuel to the fire. So we'll see what happens. That's it for now. Pokemon Lab out.